All right.
Nice outfit, by the way.
Thank you very much. I picked it myself.
Nice one. Yeah, awesome that it works. So great to have you here, and also the exhibition, of course. So I think you are going to tell us a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay. So welcome everybody. It's awesome to see so many people wandering around the Musee Dezentral. This is so cool. I just love this. There's some great outfits as well going on. Thank you all for joining today. We have a great little chat, walk and talk around the museum with Frank from Musee Dezentral, the creators of this space, and Fabu. We've got both. Double trouble. Which is awesome. So I will kick things off and just give a little bit of an overview about Sādu, an explanation of our NF trees that you're looking at right now, and also just a little intro overall. Then we will follow up with some questions to the Musee Dezentral guys, talking about the Metaverse and the potential of eco-conscious identities within the Metaverse, how we can start to understand the connection between technology and how that will impact, our daily lives, and Web3 and all of that jazz. So without further ado, I'll keep it pretty tight, the intro, so that we can get into this other topics. I am Elise, co-founder of Sādu, and I am someone who is a big fan of data and information systems and building different types of tools that people can use. So my background is in data science and product management, but more recently, I have had the opportunity to use these skills within the climate tech space, which was really born out of a personal journey where I saw in a volunteering project in shark conservation and reef conservation. So I'm going to go with the problem isn't convincing people that climate change is a problem. It's now convincing people to be part of the solution. And that's what we're playing with here. We wanted to reconnect the individuals with the environment around them in a really simple way. We need a lot of investment into nature-based solutions to climate change because they have the ability to contribute 1/3 of what's needed to reach net zero. And so it really needs to be easy for people to start being part of that and contributing to that. And that's really what Sādu is about. So we bring this personal incentive of looking after yourself with the idea of looking after the planet at the same time. Healthy you, healthy planet, those kind of vibes. How does that actually work? Well, we have a mobile app. Please feel free to download it now and start your eco-anxiety relieving journey. And it's a play to earn natural capital. So what that actually means in reality is you play to earn trees. The way that you play is by, at the moment, exercising, working out, looking after yourself. And the more that you do that, the more trees you earn in the app. Every single one of those trees results in funding to nature-based solutions on the ground. So you're investing in keeping trees alive on the ground when you're investing in yourself. This is where we started, but as it's evolved over time, we realized from our users that there was really a potential to have more transparency and more of a connection to the projects on the ground. And that's where we've brought in the concept of NF trees. So our users, the mobile app users, the more trees you earn, that will actually then offer you the opportunity to be rewarded with an NF tree. This is, God, I just love it. And so NFTs we saw as a use case to expand for the investment into nature-based solutions to climate change. And so the idea is that we can allow anyone to invest in keeping trees alive by turning trees into easily accessible NFTs that gain value over time. So you can easily invest with trust and transparency. That's the idea. So these things that you're looking around
Can I first express my appreciation for this idea and the project by a nice dance?
Yes, I love it. Oh my god, I want to dance now. How do I dance? Oh, there we go.
Just press 2, 3, or 4, and then it's going to.
No, mine's like stuck. Oh,
okay,
that's sad.
It doesn't matter. Okay, go ahead.
You just dance for me, Frank. Keep dancing. Yeah. So the first NFTs that we have created are all around you in this exhibition right now. The reason we call them NFTs is because it is an NFT attached to a living tree. These images that you see around you at the moment are available. They are on the blockchain, and we have actual information about living trees attached to them. So you can also go and for your NFT, have a look in the metadata of the NFT itself. You'll see a link to a web map and geo coordinates, and you can have a look on a map of the world where this tree is and all the information around it, where it was planted, who it was planted by, species, etc. From every NFT that's purchased, 25% of this goes directly to the project's wallet. These sustainability projects that we partner with that are all working on various solutions to nature-based solutions, various types of nature-based solutions to climate change. The other cool thing for people who are aware of NFTs is that 5% of the royalties or on the secondary market sales is always going to return to the projects themselves as well. So the whole idea is that we're always continuing to invest in keeping trees alive. Mm-hmm. And now, I'll leave it at that for now, because we have, you can see them here, they're up, they're out in the world. And our first edition is currently exhibited in Musee Dezentral. Thank you so much for having us, guys. I love this space. I think it's so, so beautiful. I often just come and have a little wander around.
Thanks a lot.
So I will hold off, and seeing as we have Fabo and Frank here, pass over to you guys. If you could give a little bit of an intro and intro of you, who you are, and tell us a little bit about what led you to Musée Dezentral. How did you end up here in the Metaverse?
All right, let me probably generally talk about who we are, and then Fabo can take over to the Musee Dezentral. Basically, we founded our company last year, and we started with a virtual techno club. And as of this kicks off a lot of virtual experiences, which we are building browser-based like Metaverse experiences. And as we are interested in technology, music, and art, it was kind of a natural follow-up that we are going to build, an amazing museum, because the technology, it's perfectly for that. And you are in the Musee Dezentral, and it's a decentralized museum. And probably Fabo, you can tell a little bit more from the tech side and about the mechanism and how it's working. So, Fabo? Okay, he's okay. He doesn't. Can you hear me, guys? Still? Yeah. Okay. It doesn't matter. He's kind of not listening or whatever. This is the problem. Okay, so the basic idea was to create a museum, which is honestly the largest art and NFT museum in the Metaverse. And what we wanted is to connect traditional art with digital art and crypto art. And as it took like almost 4 months to develop, we needed also a kind of business model that we can afford this, right? So we thought, what could be interesting? What could be an interesting model? So we decided, let's create a museum where we can offer 222 frames, and each frame is also an NFT itself. And when you mint this frame as NFT, you are able to display your NFTs from your wallet in that frame. And this was really a great experiment on so many different levels, because first of all, it was not clear if people are really willing to do that, if they will be on board for this. And also, as it is decentralized and basically everybody can display his own art, it was interesting to see how this is going to work out, right? With all these different types of individual arts. And at the same time, as I said, we wanted to build that bridge to the traditional arts. So the room we are inside, it's called the Minerva Ring, and we also have another room on the other side of the museum. These are our two curated rooms, and since we launched the museum, we have ongoing exhibitions on a 2-weekly basis. And what we are featuring in there is not necessarily artists not necessarily have to be like crypto artists. It could also be like traditional art, and we can link not on some on the blockchain. We can also link to their profile or whatever. So again, the part we are in, it's basically our own curated room. But if I invite everybody also to have a look around beside this exhibition after that, and walk up to the 3rd floor, because then you will see these amazing artwork everybody provided. And yeah, and our midterm and long-term goal is to extend this museum with more museums. So we are creating like a real whole art world where we have different types of museums dedicated to different kind of arts. And yeah, it's super exciting, and also if you see everybody's like joining, we can communicate, we can interact, you can have your own avatar, you can walk around, and even you as a curator now can talk about your art. And I think it's a very, very immersive and a future way to interact worldwide in these worlds. So yeah, that's basically the story behind Musee Dezentral.
I love it. I love it. And I think it's just really cool. And I think for me, what I love about it is that you don't always have the time or even the location to be able to go and see artwork in real life. And so I think something like this, just the possibilities of being able to have people from all over the world be able to experience new ideas and perceptions is just great. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, and
what I really
and imagine also like real physical museums can use the same technology to kick off hybrid exhibitions.
Yeah.
So it's not about replacing, but it's about having a more immersive way to share art, borderless and seamlessly, but without just scrolling in a 2D website, right?
Exactly. And I think as well, it's awesome that you can actually move around and interact.
Yeah.
That's also great. You might meet someone along the way, befriend someone that has a similar interest in art to you. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I experienced a lot in for example, rave space, right? I spent really hours and hours during a party and met people from all over the world, and then watch the DJ, and it felt like a bit like in real life, right? You're catched almost immediately, which was a super fun experience, because that's also, I mean, we are all pioneers and we don't know where it goes, and so it's super interesting to create this and also see what works and what not, what does not. So it's interesting and exciting times, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what I also find so interesting about the metaverse is that you just like the online world, but in a very different capacity, which is potentially a little bit more real life, is the ability to facilitate connections as well. Once again, wouldn't necessarily have in the real world, although metaverse is the real world.
Let's
not open that can of worms.
But that's a big topic about how this will connect and interact in the future. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So before we get too philosophical, I I'm sure people would love to know a little bit more about the metaverse. I mean, it's always a hot topic at the moment. People talk about the metaverse all over the place. Tell us here, in your metaverse, what were some unexpected challenges, technical challenges that you had when creating a metaverse?
Yeah, we had, to be honest, because of the size, the dimension, and the way we wanted it, we had to face a lot of challenges. As I said, the whole museum has 3 floors, and if later on we probably walk up, you will see that there are some places in the museum where you can have a look at like 5 or 6 rooms at the same time. And that means, for example, you stand on the balcony and then you look down in the yard, and at the same time you look through a door, a gateway in the next hall, and the next hall, and that means a lot of performance, which is necessary. And as we are running now in the browser, which is the great thing, we need always take care about the performance. And also we want to take care that the experiences running on mobile devices, even older mobile devices. So especially Tom, who works on the engine, needs to have a lot of really crazy tricks to make that happen. That was a big challenge because of the size. The smaller the size or the rooms, if it's just one room, we can also go more in a higher level of detail. But in a size like this was really a challenge to make it still smooth and good looking, but at the same time, keep the size we wanted. And so, and I think this is always the challenge with our experiences to push the limits on the technical side of things, to make it look the best, but at the same time guarantee the stableness and the performance. And
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, I mean, I think it's pretty incredible that this is just through you can open it through a web app. Like, that's amazing.
That's a big thing. That's the cool thing about the technology we are using, because everything is rendered right now in your browser. So when you enter, you download the 3D files more or less, and then it got rendered in the browser. And this is a huge difference towards cloud rendering, because then everything would be rendered in a huge cloud render farm, and the user got back a video stream. The advantage is that you don't have to take care about the level of detail, but at the same time, it's like it's most of the time, at least what I've seen before, it's laggy, and also the multiplayer wouldn't work like this. Also the voice chat probably wouldn't work like this, and this is also a thing. It would be like crazily expensive for hosting, and that's everything I've seen, which was with cloud running, was only like crazy brands, and they had it up and running for a couple of days, because otherwise they couldn't afford it wouldn't make sense to afford the server cost. And also another thing is, as you can see, I mean, you can still, even though we are in the experience, you can still browse in the website. So that's also beauty. We can easily implement this technology in every browser window on the website, and I think that's quite cool. Yeah,
I mean, it's a good, I think sometimes as well with Web3, and this is something we're very focused on with Sādu as well, is that there is a little bit of like maybe fear of like, oh gosh, how do I get into this place? Oh, I haven't been in it already, so I'm too far behind. I can't possibly catch up. And I think something like this is really easy to start to come into this new world.
that was always our goal. Even when we started with the Rave Space, we wanted to have it like up and running. You go to the website and you are in. Everything else, then a user would be annoyed and turn away. And honestly, I was, as an artist, I was playing in a VR chat a couple of weeks ago. It was a prepared set. Even me, I have like the best hardware here and everything. I had like issues in logging in and got to the right place, and I was really super annoyed and just said, come on, I don't want to want to join because it was, you know what I'm saying. So it's and I think and for us necessarily it does not mean that we have to connect these kind of words with blockchain technology and tokens as also to avoid this, because if we would connect this entry with a wallet, probably 80% of the users that are accidentally, or at least the people from the traditional world wouldn't enter. And and we don't want to create hurdles, we want to create like an easy access. And so that's also what we want to achieve, of course.
I love it. I mean, I mean, similar sort of things with what we want to do with Sādu as well. It's like this whole concept of you can enter something, take a step in. I mean, for you, it's take a virtual step into the metaverse. For us, it's take a step and earn a tree. But I think it's so important that it is just like something easy that you can come and explore this new thing and be the change, right?
Especially if you want to reach out to the broader range of people and not only the people that are already in that world, and so
exactly, and that's exactly, I think we're very aligned. So Metaverse is often put hand in hand with the concept of decentralization, decentralized governance, DAOs for those people who are more into it. What are your thoughts on decentralized governance, and will that have any effect for Musee Dezentral, or how will you incorporate it with Musee Dezentral?
With the Musee Dezentral, we are really representing this as everything is on the blockchain, and also the files are on IFPS, so everything is decentralized. But I wouldn't go so far, if you ask me, I mean, I also see lots of these blockchain stuff very critical, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's definitely there are use cases, but it's definitely not the solution for everything, because at the end of the day, it's a very slow database. It's very energy consuming, and also the security is, of course, it's transparent, no doubt about this, but I wouldn't go so far to say that other technologies, similar technologies, are less secure. So I'd say there are use cases which is worth to, definitely, but it's not about that we are totally into that world and say this is the revolution for the web, right? So
I get it. I think there'll be a lot of hybrids.
I'd like to add I'd like to add to the metaverse. I mean, I don't think even in the next couple of years there won't be like one metaverse. The metaverse for me, it's first of all and transformation from 2D to 3D, and I think and I hope that there will be standards where also the big tech companies will agree on, and based on these standards people will develop worlds which are interconnected. And also, as you can see now, I mean, we're using Ready Player Me, and it looks like they are the avatar standard, and that's very beautiful, because you can use it in our experience, but you can also use it somewhere else. And at the end of the day, I guess the whole metaverse is like a universe of microverses. You know what I'm saying? So and hopefully we will that that we can agree on some standards at least, which are not that commercial driven, that we can connect the world in a new world, so to say, in a virtual new world. And that's for me the metaverse. It's not necessarily, of course, but for me the metaverse is not in every single term connected to the blockchain.
True, absolutely. And as everything, you don't have to go 100% on something just to make it work. Like, I think there will be lots of hybrid solutions, and it shouldn't be. It should make sense. The solution should make sense. Don't use it for the sake of using it. Which I think I have this in mind that someone quoted recently that don't get in the trap of wanting to use blockchain, so just applying it as a solution just because you want to use blockchain.
I think there's a lot of startup money invested, which fits to that quote.
Maybe. But I think that in saying that, though, there is a lot of use cases.
Absolutely. And there are still, totally. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound negative. I'm just saying that it's absolutely like that. And I think there are a lot of cases still not explored. I mean, also in the healthcare sector, all this kind of stuff. I think there's a lot blockchain technology could be improve our daily lives, but but it's not the universal weapon for everything in terms of what it's often promised. Let's put it that way.
We can talk about, we should have a debate on blockchain.
That's a different
but tell us now, let's bring it back a bit and lighten it up. What are some of your favorite exhibits that you've had in Musee Dezentral so far? I know you guys have had quite a few.
I could, as it's our curated room, I basically every exhibition we already have had so far is kind of how should I say, not approved by us, but also chosen by us, and we loved it all because otherwise we wouldn't exhibit. And I am personally really looking forward to an upcoming one, which is with the guys from Go NFT. They also, it's a street art collective here in Berlin. And they also have already provide a really nice hybrid solution, because they not squatted because it's rent, but it's just for short period, period. But they have a physical space here at Nollendorfplatz, and they show NFT, real art, like traditional, not traditional, real street art combined with AR technology, but also NFTs. And I think they really made a quite nice bridge between the physical and the virtual world in terms of street art. And we are going to we will display some of their stuff, I think, by next week. And this is going to be awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Love it. Well, there you go. So that's going to be coming in soon. So
and also, of course, my personal favorite is the Sādu one.
Thanks, Frank. Right now, it's your favorite one, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's wrap it up with one more question. We'll go back to a more philosophical thing, and then I will just do a few more details about the Sādu NFTs. So, Frank, we've already spoken a little bit about it, but is there any like wisdom you would like to add on where the future of the metaverse is going? I know you've already touched on it a little bit, but maybe even for Musee Dezentral, like any wisdom you can impart on what we're gonna, maybe for us, what you can see where individuals are gonna enjoy in the future.
Yeah, as I said, I think there will be not one metaverse. There will be like lots of different worlds which will be connected together, and from our also from the company vision, we are working on providing solutions to enter the metaverse, which also not also enter, also provides worlds for the metaverse on a affordable basis. Because as you can imagine, currently we provide these solutions for brands and companies. But our vision and our goal is in the future that we offer these rooms for basically everybody. That means everybody is able to host a gallery or probably his living room or an event. And I think this is a super cool way to build this universe, and also a very democratic way to and it's not, I even can think about what this will mean for the future, because also what we will do, we will create a whole world. As if you have this kind of experience, your experience, then we will also create this space in a huge world. So there's a lot interesting stuff coming up from us in the future, and I invite everybody to watch also our stuff beyond Musee Dezentral. And yeah, that's our midterm goal also from our side. And I know that a lot of visionary companies working on this, and yeah, it's interesting how this all will work together, and I'm super excited about this. That's my take on the future in this space, at least for our goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It'll be like metaverses or like meta cubed verses. Who knows?
Yeah, we started recently. We started recently also a project which is called Metamap, where we at least listing all the existing worlds. It doesn't matter if it's Decentralized or Roblox, Sandbox, whatever. But also, so every virtual metaverse-ish experience is located on a map, and we will list it, and we will see if it's growing, and everybody can enter it as well. So it's
Hey.
yeah. So it's going to be, it's interesting to see how that grows, and also it's interesting. I think if it's on a certain level, it would be obvious probably to make also this map 3D experienceable, so you could walk around and then jump to the different worlds from one world. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. I think that's the thing with Web3 and everything. The importance of bridges. Will be huge. Absolutely. And I mean, that's something we're thinking about as well, because these NFTs that you can be rewarded within the application, then we want you to be able to have that as your asset, as your NFT, and be able to potentially take it out and move it into one of these worlds, or take it to somewhere else you want to. So, and build this eco-conscious identity for sure. So thank you so much for joining us, Frank. I will just wrap up with a few details about our NFTs that are on display now. So as I mentioned before, these ones that we're looking at in the beautiful Musee Dezentral exhibition are up on OpenSea. They are available for purchase. We would love for you to purchase one. It will support Sādu in moving forward with our play to earn NFTs and moving into this space where we can even more efficiently keep trees alive, and everyone can be part of that vision. And 25%, of course, will be going towards the projects. This collection here is supporting the Haiti Tree Project. We recently did a Twitter Spaces with Karen from the Haiti Tree Project. So please go give that a listen, hear about the great work that they're doing in reforestation on the ground in Haiti. And yeah, of course, to our beautiful artist, Stage the Ant as well. She also receives funds from this too, and we just love her collection. There will be more coming. So we have this is the first 250 of 1,000. They're all completely unique. Every single one is a video of a world where technology and nature is intertwining. So yeah, we would love for you to have and hold one, but be on the lookout for more announcements for the next edition of the collection that will be out very, very soon, supporting one of our next partners as well. So, Frank,
Yes.
Thank you so much for having us. We're very sad that this is the last day of our exhibition. I wish I could just come in here forever.
Yeah, I mean, again, the next drop is again welcome to be displayed at our room. So it's not the last one. Let's call it that way.
Amazing. We very much appreciate it.
Awesome.
So thank you very much for your time today, and we will speak again soon for our next exhibition, and we'll have hopefully even more beautiful avatars in the room with us. I love seeing them all today. I can't believe how many people came and were running around and dancing. Made me smile.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, thanks a lot. Also from our side, and I'd like to invite the people also to walk around and explore the rest of the museum. Walk up to the third floor. It's worth it. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be hanging around here for a while. So
nice one. Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Have a great week.
See you. Bye.
See ya.